Hello traders, how was the day today? I could not take a lot of trades today. I just took only two trades and both were short in the morning. And after that, I had to attend to some emergency, so I had to leave. And I completely missed that 50-point up move that we had from around the 48 area, and then we went up to 5506, right? If you're liking the content of these videos, please like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and click on the notification icon. So let us take a look at what we are expecting tomorrow. What are the support and resistance areas that we have? Tomorrow morning at 8:30, we have CPI data, so we will have to see which way the market is swaying and whether we are getting a follow through after that particular move in that direction. So let us again start from the monthly chart. If you see here, this was the main area that we wanted to be broken down, this 3436 area. It did not come till that. We came till the 48 area and we bounced back up. We went above the 65 area and went back up another 40 points to the upside. So on the monthly chart, nothing is changing. Our supports still remain in this 36 to 34 area, the 40 to the 38 area. Those are the primary supports that we have. And now we will have to see if we are breaking above the 5500. We are holding the 5500. And then there may be a much more bullish move to the upside, right? On the downside again is the same story. These areas needs to break down, then we can come down to this 5397 levels again. There will be multiple supports in this area prior to that, which we will see on the lower time frames. Let us now move on to the weekly chart. Now looking at the weekly chart is really strong at this point. We are above this 33% area of this particular bar of last week that we had. So if this wants to create a trading range, that's highly possible considering that we are above this 33%, which is at the 5485 line on the weekly. And as we keep moving up from this, we are already around the 5500 area. Once we cross above that, we stay above that 5502 line. We will definitely come to these levels on the upside. Again, we will have to make sure that we are looking at this 5531 line because this is the midpoint of the weekly channel and the price may come up here and get rejected again. So that is the only information that we have on the weekly time frame at this point of time. The market is bullish. It is looking bullish, but then we have to see what happens with the CPI data and which way the market moves. Now this is where it gets interesting on the daily chart, right? We had an inside bar yesterday, and as I mentioned yesterday, as soon as we get above this 5493, which was the high of yesterday, we will be starting a new leg here. So this can be said to be the first leg up. We can have a pullback if we fall down below this 5449.25, the low of today. Then at that point of time, we will have one more leg to the downside, and then we will see if we are creating another green bar to the upside, a bullish bar to the upside, which we can call as the second entry long. As of now, there's the first entry long, and there's a big chance that we can come down below this 5448, trap the bears there, and then start moving back up again. And that is a kind of setup that may be actually presented at CPI tomorrow if the price falls here. And then immediately before the market opens, we can capture the 6264 area. The price will keep going up again. On the upside, we will have to make sure that we know that this 5522.75 is an area of resistance. This can work as a resistance trend line. We have this 5530.25, the daily EMA here, which coincides with the 5531 area that we saw on the weekly chart. And then if we keep going up higher, there is a big probability we will come to this 5555 and this 5564 line. Now, one more possibility is that in the CPI bar itself, we go up to this 5530 level here, right? And then after that, we do not get a follow through bar. That may be an indication that we are not going to go farther up from this 5530 area. But if we are having a follow through even after that in this area, then definitely we are trying to get to these areas at the top. Now again, if we are looking at the ATR where we ended today, we were at around 80 points. So if we want to get 80 points from this 5498 or the 5500 area, that will take us somewhere to the 5570 to the 5580 areas. And if we want to come down from here from 5500 again, then 80 points will bring us down to 5420 back to the low of this particular bar. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, also this 545051 area will be of real importance because this is the trend line that we broke down. This was the wedge line. We were expecting another leg down somewhere here, but we started going back up. But now we have to break down. This is the primary breakout area. Below this, we may come down to the 3840 area and then maybe to the 34 to the 36 area, and then we will see if the market is going to break down farther to that 21 to the 18 lines. So we will have to see which way the market moves. This is still a strong bearish trend. This was an inside bar, but as long as we do not get above this 5533 area, we cannot say that the market has turned bullish and that the bears are completely out of the market. However, that is only based on the daily chart. We will have to go by support and resistance, and we will look for more support and resistance areas in the lower time frames. Let us now take a look at the 4-hour chart. Again, on the 4-hour chart, we did have this particular mother bar. If we bring back the mother bar fib, they actually helped a lot today. So if we bring back the mother bar fib, so if you see early in the morning, we went up to this 5500 area, which was the 11% and the 21% extension. We got rejected from here. We could not again get above this particular line, this trend line that I was talking about. We got rejected there and came down to the 11% of this particular mother bar to the bottom, and that happened exactly to the tick. And then as soon as it started bouncing from there, it went back up to the 11% to the 21%. And at this point, we have broken out of this particular trend line. Now, if we can hold this trend line and keep going up, if we get a follow through after this breakout that has happened, that will indicate that maybe the market will move up a little bit more. And if we are looking at how much the market can move, we can, especially considering that tomorrow is CPI, we can actually try to do a 1:1 of this particular pullback because we are in a bull trend, and this can bring us up to the 5543 or the 5545 areas to the upside. However, prior to that, since we are still in this mother bar range, we have to make sure that we are looking at the 1:1 of this mother bar, which incidentally is also at 5543. So that can mean two things. There can be a very good rejection at this point at the 5540, 5543 area, or else that is where price may move sideways as long as we do not break above it. If we break above it, the next area will be this 5557 area, and then we can get above to the 5560 to the 65 areas, which has been a pretty strong resistance, right? Now, if we are going to the downside, if we are getting out of this 5536 levels, if we break these down, then we can come down to this 11 to 21% extension once again of this mother bar. We will see if 5409 holds. That it will be the 33% extension of the mother bar that we have, and then below that we can get to this 5392 area. But then if we are shorting from the top, I would like to see that the price has actually gone below 5492 before I decide to short anything in the morning. Now on the upside, we have this 5515, the 5513 to the 15 area as one area of resistance. Above that, it will come to this 5527 area, and then we can get to this 4-hour double top breakdown, which is at 5533, and finally we can get to this 5540 line, crossing which, if we can get above that 5543, then the 5557 and the subsequent levels will be the targets on the upside. Now, if we look at the 1-hour chart, we will see that we were in a trading range, right? This was the first attempt to break out, second attempt to break out. The third attempt actually did break out, but then it failed. And then the fourth attempt looks to have broken out. We have broken out of this, and then we have a follow through. And at this point, it looks like that it is just a bull flag, right? Also, if you notice, this is the gap that we have at this point, right? And so if we want to do a measured move of this whole thing to the upside before the gap was formed, it will bring us at least to the 5513 area. But for that, I would need to see that the price is going above the high of this, although this is looking like a bull flag. But again, we are in a trading range. The third attempt did fail, and the fourth attempt can also fail, right? So since we are not in any long or short positions at this time, especially me, I would actually wait to see that the price is getting up here. We have a strong bar on the hourly chart before I can jump into longs again and try to get to the 07 to the 17 and to the subsequent levels to the upside. Now, one more thing that I wanted to show on the daily chart is that how much did this candle pull back. So if you see, the candle actually pulled back exactly to the 50% of the bar that we had on Monday, right? And we bounced right from there and closed pretty high above the close of the previous day. So this is actually telling me that since this particular gap is still open, this is the micro gap, and this is a pretty big micro gap. It is almost 10 points. So since this micro gap is open, it is telling me that there is a possibility that price will keep going up. As of now, we do not know where we can get a double top. We can get a double top somewhere here, or we can cross above that and get a double top somewhere here as well. So that is something that remains to be seen, and we will take a look at it once we come back in the morning and see in what status the market is at that point of time. Now, if the price does not move to the upside and it keeps on coming down after CPI, and then we have a very strong bearish bar on the CPI on the 5-minute chart, and then we have another follow through, then there will be a higher probability that this particular leg is going to get another leg to the downside. But if we are counting legs here, we will see this was the first leg up, this was the second leg up, this was the third leg up, after which we had a pullback, and then this was the first leg up again, we pulled back again, this was the second leg up. There were two legs in this particular pullback, and this whole thing was the second leg for this particular drop that we had. And then we had a two-legged pullback to the upside once again. If you see, this is exactly where the price got rejected at this particular trend line and also the 4-hour EMA. And then we got the first leg down, we went up, we got the second leg down, and now we are in a pretty strong move to the upside, right? And there is four strong bull bars. There is a big body gap that we have right here, and the expectation is the market will give some kind of a measured move to the upside. Now we will have to see whether the measured move is of these two candles, or whether the measured move will be of this whole move to the upside till the pullback happened. This particular pullback happened, and that can bring us again to the 5547 area. So this measured move is also giving us a similar target that we saw on the 4 hours and on the daily charts. Let us now take a look at the 5-minute chart that we have. We have finally broken out of this 5492 area. We have broken out, we got follow through, and we came up to this box till 5506 area here. And now if we are breaking out of this, the next target will be the 5513 area, the 13 to 15 area, and after that the 26.25 line will be really important. If we cross above that, then we will come back to this 5528 area, maybe 28230, and then we will have to see whether the price keeps moving up to this 5536 to 38 area, get above the 38240, and then come to this 46 and the 56 line. In the middle, we have to remember that the 5543 is one of the very strong target lines that the bulls may have, and we can get a couple of strong legs down from there. Now, if we are coming down, then first of all, I will have to see that this breakout has failed. We are in a sideways market at this point of time, but this again looks like a bull flag. This looks like a triangle right here. I need to see that this is breaking down. If this breaks down, maybe we will come down to this 548685 level once again. I will put a line there right now. This was the double top breakout that we had, and below that we can come back to this 1 hour EMA. So if you had noticed that we were flip-flopping between the 1 hour EMA and the 4 hour EMA, so if we can break down this 1 hour EMA once again, we will come to the 7475 area, and if we break this down, the 69 area, if this is broken down, we will come back to this box again. And then if the low of today is given up at this 444849 area, and we give up this particular low as well, then we will come to that 36, and then we can get the subsequent levels to the downside. On the 5-minute chart, I will also keep an eye on this particular trend line. This was the first touch, second touch, third touch. We may do a fourth touch somewhere here or somewhere here, depending on when we go and hit that line, and that may actually stop the bull trend for some time. So that is all with the analysis for today. Based on this, we will come back tomorrow morning at 8:45 a.m. EST to decide on the pre-market plan. If you want to be on that call, the link to that Google Meet is given in the description below. Along with that, you will also find all the read-only links of all the charts that we looked through, and you will also find the link to our free Discord server and the Facebook page, and you are very welcome to join there. If you have any other setups or any other things or support resistance areas in mind, please do comment in the comment section below. I will end the video here tonight, and I will see you again tomorrow morning at 8:45 a.m. EST. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.